He's backing up. This is such a dangerous situation. Officers with guns drawn. And let's see what he does if he tries to make his way through here. If he rams that vehicle, they're going to open fire. They will open fire. If he uses that vehicle. Oh, shots fired. Shots fired. Glass, you can see the glass. Shots were fired. This is a situation. Now, you have to understand that deadly force is using a vehicle. He was driving right towards those officers up on the sidewalk there, and gunfire has been exchanged. Again, at least two people inside this stolen vehicle, and we have shots fired here. And guns are still drawn here. This is Foster Road, where Foster Road dead ends right in the community, right on the border of Bellflower and Downey Road. And he came in into that. I saw that upcoming here with the river here, with the wash, and he chose to. He obviously did not know that was a dead end, so he's not familiar with this neighborhood at all. And this self-storage facility here, really a dramatic end. Shots fired here, guns still drawn, still a very dangerous situation. We don't know if that suspect, if he's hit, if he's still conscious, if this is still, a live situation. Until we see code 4, it's not. And again, we heard that there was at least one other occupant inside the vehicle. He was driving.
Okay. Yeah, and I think you guys are actually you're absolutely right, and it looks like the individual could have continued around that curb and continued on if shots weren't fired and the driver wasn't disabled. So, and I did hear from the booth just moments ago at a better angle than me that shots were fired. I believe they said by police for certain. So it looks like they just had to take the action necessary to stop this individual from running down officers, because I believe there was an officer on the other side of that patrol car with the door open, using that for protection, and then the vehicle went at the patrol car, and more than likely that's when the shots had to be fired. We don't want to push in and confirm that the driver has been struck by gunfire. I mean, it's just a tough situation when you cover these things on what you do want to show and what you don't want to show, and so we ask for some guidance from the studio for that. But for now, this is about as much as we're willing to really show. But you can see the windows have been shot out. Officers felt that they had to fire on the vehicle, it appears, at this point in time. We are in the Norwalk area, I believe. We'll bring up the sky map. It's helped so much to give us exact locations. We're on Foster Road in Bellflower. This is very close to the 105 freeway. And it's come to a stop. It's no longer a danger to other people. We saw that so much. We knew this wasn't going to end well as far as the speeds and how close it was to hitting other vehicles. It almost hit a motorcyclist, and I think if it would have hit that individual, he or she would have been killed. And now here we are with that vehicle. I don't know, it's better for you guys. You can roll some tape. I can't see the tape from up here, but when the vehicle did turn around, it got boxed into this gate here. It looks like a self-storage area. Turned the vehicle around and did not hesitate to go right at police, even though they were out with their guns drawn. It appears at this point in time they had to open fire, and from what I can tell, it appears that more than likely the driver was struck. Who's? Okay, look at that. Look at that, Philip. Do you see that, Philip? We're going to come to the live shot. Come to the live shot. Come to the live shot. So, yep. I don't know if that's the driver or the passenger. Although it would have been very difficult for the passenger to get over the driver. all of a sudden he just climbed out of the window there. Now, originally I thought, I don't know if that's a driver or if that could have been the passenger. It would have been very difficult, though, for the passenger to go over the driver. Can we go in a little tighter, Jamie? I know we're all the way in with our extreme vision. And what we can do is see if we see another person in there. They said 2 people. They thought 2 people. That was never confirmed. But you can see this individual is obeying officers at this point in time and slowly sliding on his stomach towards officers so they can make sure that he's not armed and they can take him into custody. And then they can also make certain that there's no one else inside the vehicle that could be armed and endanger police by firing on them. So it looks like this individual will be taken into custody. If there were 2, if we go back tight back into that vehicle, we have a little glare with the way the sun is coming in, but we can try and tell. Maybe you can see. Maybe there was only 1 person inside that vehicle. I don't see another person. Maybe there was only the driver and not 2, but boy, look at the windows all shot out. And let's go back to the suspect, see if we can find that individual. He's been taken into custody, and it didn't look like that individual had been shot. Now, officers are bringing up a shield here, and they may use that shield for cover as they move towards the vehicle. Let's go back to the vehicle, if we would, Jamie, just because they're giving it so much attention. Guns are still drawn, so they must believe that someone else is still inside the vehicle at this point in time because they're giving a lot of attention to the car. It's just difficult for us to tell if there's another individual in there. No. Go ahead that way a little bit. Just so you can see in there. I would think so. Yeah, absolutely. It seems like usually in a situation like this, they take 1 person into custody. If they didn't believe somebody else was inside that vehicle, they would be moving up to clear the car by now. They usually do that fairly quickly. Now, they're moving forward behind the shield. You can see all the officers, guns drawn. It's quite remarkable that that individual got out of that vehicle without being shot or killed. We didn't see that he was wounded. It appeared to be a man. And now as they come closer, it looks like they're going to be able to clear this vehicle fairly quickly. But, we look at what happened here in totality. And I can tell you, it's fortunate that nobody was struck and killed by that car. And then to watch that individual get out of the vehicle without being struck by all that gunfire. And now we're looking to see if there might have been another person, and possibly that individual was hit. Oh, boy, there's the driver. Pull back out a little bit. Yeah, you just couldn't make that out. Yeah, the vehicle is rolling. The vehicle is still running, obviously, or it's a little downhill. Yeah, it was remarkable when we first looked at that no one was hit by gunfire. Obviously, they only hit the driver, and several shots were fired. It looks like the driver was struck and more than likely killed with as many shots as we see that were fired. And then it sort of startled us that we saw, that's the first time I've seen that an individual would crawl out of a window on a closed door over top of someone who's already been shot. But more than likely, that's what police told him to do. because they didn't want him going out the other side and then possibly making a run for it. They could see everything the suspect was doing. We think the passenger, when that individual climbed over the driver who was shot, and we were in a little tight there as they first went in, it appears that he was shot and killed. Yeah. I think we could go in a little, Jamie. Okay. Along the pursuit from the sheriff. We did, Leslie and Philip. We did, Philip, and we. Yeah, no, it didn't end well. And we just got some new information that during the pursuit, a gun was thrown out. And so we mentioned during the pursuit that they did not go to surveillance mode. And that might have been one of the reasons they were not going to let out on this this individual, because now we understand from the LA County Sheriff's helicopter that's been overhead that they believe a gun was thrown out of the vehicle sometime during the pursuit. So I think that really changed, or it influenced the demeanor of how they covered this pursuit, how they chased this vehicle. They'll be doing 25. Can we push in a little bit, you guys, or not? Can we push in, you guys? Are we coming out to this? We want to push in, and we're in debris. They can't come right now. You can push in real quick. They're still doing CPR. Can't believe this guy could have survived all those gunshot wounds. Okay, right now, Jones. So Go ahead. The hood, the trunk. They're moving the gurney back. He's not going to make it. For a minute there, I thought they might transport because they moved in the gurney, but now they're taking it away. They're waiting for the coroner. All right. No, they walked the gurney up and then they turned around and walked away. I'm pretty sure he's not gonna make it. Here comes the plate. Yeah, to help us. We'll get it when we get a little further. Get straight down on it. Make a quick flyover or something. Are you picking this up? 4KSP774. Is that what you guys see? Okay, they got it. Let's look at the suspect there. It's hard to believe he could have survived that. Okay. Let's take a look at the suspect real quick here. Yeah, it's passed. The chest, that's good. Thought from the other side we could see some. Yeah, it's weird. You can't see where he was struck yet. Was that in his chest? I don't see a lot of blood. Is that right in the middle of the chest? Wow.